What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Season 2 of Captain's Log Radio on the way right here at Bulls Radio, WUSF 89.7 Tampa, 1520 on AM on campus, streaming worldwide at bullsradio.com. All right. Let's go. I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming, been a couple months, but I'm back here with some good pals of mine. Today we're accompanied by Logan Semigram, a man born with the gift of gab, and the Barstool legend himself, Jeremy Markowski, sports analyzer, and a brother to me. Boys, how you feeling?
What's going on, man? Excited to be here, you know. I took a little hiatus from the radio gang, but I'd do anything for my buddy Brad, so I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited for this wild lineup of ideas we got going on today.
Yeah, this has been a dream come true for me, man. Like, this has been an absolute dream. My first shot on the radio here. It's gonna be great. Can't wait.
I'm so amped. I'm so extremely amped. This summer, can I just say that because of the first season of Captain's Log Radio, I was recognized, and I sort of feel like I was recognized in public at a bar by two dudes. And I was like, what's going on to these guys? And they're like, yeah, we recognize you from the radio. I'm like, how do you recognize man from the radio? It's just my voice. They're like, we know Peyton. And speaking of Peyton, he's not here today. Peyton he's suffering with small wieneritis, and he's staying at home for the next few weeks, taking the doctor's orders of just to rest, you know?
Yeah, he's a weenie.
He is a weenie. But
Half-sending weenie.
But we do have my boy Jason here, and we're going to start off with our first segment. We're stealing something completely from Barstool. Jason, why don't you walk up to the microphone over there? Jason's a good friend of mine, and he is going to be the taste tester for the first ever Captain's Log Radio.
All right, so
One bite.
So what we got today for Jason is freshly made dumplings from the food court here. Fresh out of a frozen bag, microwaved for a nice 2 minutes, with a side of packaged bento soy sauce. It's nice, authentic. Jason, say what's up.
How's it going, Brad Half fans? You know, this is fun to be on the show here. So we're gonna do some Barstool one bite dumplings. It's gonna be fun.
All right.
This is for branding purposes the Captain's Log Radio 2-bite dumplings.
All right, Brad. Jason. All right, buddy, take a bite.
So make sure you speak into the microphone.
All right. Looks good. Good casing. Let's get this going.
Yeah, good casing.
I was going around to say decent seasoning, you know. Let's see here. I say not the best flavor. We're gonna go. I'm thinking 5.2.
5.2,
Wow.
and this is out of 10.
Wow.
5.2.
I saw the dumpling juice all over Jason as he bit into it.
Yeah, I dream about the dumpling juice all over Jason when he bites into things. Anyways, thank you, Jason. 5.2. We're going to try to beat that next week with a different food source. Maybe we're going to try MSC. What is that little, like, takeout spot over there? They have, like, that
The
food
813
court?
Eats.
Yeah, 813 Eats. Maybe we'll 813 eat some tater tots or something.
Is that new in here?
It is
Yeah.
new.
What's in the 813 Eats? I haven't been back here in a while.
I would
Jeremy's an
say
old
that
guy.
Jeremy is our resident older person.
Jeez.
I don't like making fun of the elderly.
He's like 22, 23, but he's 50 in frat years.
And you know what he is? He's number one in my hearts.
Oh,
Both my hearts.
I appreciate that, big guy.
All right, so
I wouldn't call Brad big per se.
no, I would say that.
Brad's swole. Brad's been in the
I
gym.
have a big ego. I was in the gym today. I was hitting legs, and can
yeah,
I
look at
say
that. He doesn't skip leg day. Look at him.
I don't skip leg day? But if you were to look at me, you would be like, this guy doesn't work out.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Jeremy, I have a question for you.
Hit it.
Okay, I've been driving around the past few days in our very own Tampa, Florida, and I've been seeing a lot of what I would assume and what I've heard is called truck nuts.
Truck nuts.
And I know you're sort of big country out here. You're the only one really here who was born in this part of Florida, like not like around this area. I'm from New Jersey, so is Logan.
Represent.
Yeah, represent the trash hole of New Jersey. But truck nuts, yes or no, and why?
Oh, big no.
Big
Big
no.
Yeah. So all right, I'm the only one here from Florida. We don't accept those people. We don't claim those
Truck
people.
nut
Truck
people.
nuts. We don't claim the truck nut people. No.
No.
It's a compensation thing.
Okay.
I feel like if you're not confident enough with what's between your legs, you throw it on your truck. If I see you driving around with something dangling from the back of your truck, it's a big sign you've got no confidence. You've got nothing in between.
Rabble, truck.
Yeah. Just think about it for a second. Every time you've seen a truck with a big sack
Right.
hanging from the back of it,
Yeah.
what do you see inside?
I see small man syndrome.
All right. You see me driving around.
Wait,
You see me driving around. There are no nuts on my truck.
No, the way you just phrased that just made you sound like you're the one driving the truck with
I
the
don't
truck.
know. We were getting there because you see me driving around. Would you think that I would have nuts hanging from my truck?
No.
You know,
I
my
s-
buddy Jason
I
actually
see
has a pair of
you-
truck
I see
nuts.
you with your Hawaiian
Jason, you got
shirt.
truck nuts? Yes, sir. Does he really?
Jason confirms he has truck nuts. I'm pretty sure
really
he
wish-
drives a Ford Focus though, so I don't know what he's trying to prove.
Those have to drag. Honda Civic, they're definitely dragging.
I don't know, man. Can I say how excited I am just to freaking be here right now? Like, it's been a long time coming. I just want to take a second.
Brad
to, like,
actually had to change his pants twice already since we started.
I had to change my gender too.
And it wasn't
I'm
because of the
back
truck
to a
nuts.
guy. Back to a guy. I'm a male now, and you know what? I'm happy to be here.
I actually
How was your summer, Logan?
am an Apache helicopter.
Is that how you identify?
Yes. Apache helicopter some days, bald eagles on the other days.
What did you do this summer?
This summer I worked for NBC in the city.
Ooh. How was
You
that?
asked.
How was it?
It was great. Met some good people. Met some famous people. Did a lot of research. Worked my tail off. And I'm here, and I'm happy to be on Brad's show. So, Brad, what do we got going?
Wait, I'm gonna let Jeremy tell me what's going on with him.
I just had a question.
All right.
Who's the most famous person you met in the city?
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I want to hear more about that.
I want to hear your name drop. Name drop some stuff,
Yeah,
Mister.
name
I
drop.
meet so many people all the time.
Victor Cruz.
Boom.
I prefer Tayo Cruz.
Willie Nelson was in the bathroom. That was
Boom.
cool.
You know what he was doing in that bathroom?
Shake
Post
his hand.
Malone, Chance the Rapper, Jimmy Fallon.
Grimace.
Yeah, you know the whole 180
And
degrees.
was anyone like surprising the way that you encountered them? Like any weird encounters?
I wouldn't say it was a weird encounter, but Willie Nelson was in the bathroom. I thought that was pretty weird.
Yeah. It's so
Well, I mean,
weird
it's
for
not
guys
weird that
to
he was
use
using the bathroom. Like, just like when you go into a bathroom, the last thing you expect is an 80-year-old pothead who sings country music. You know,
Yeah, I get it.
So where were you at? What city?
New York, Manhattan, 30 Rock.
Is weed legal in New York?
I don't know.
If Willie Nelson's there, it is.
If
That was my next question.
if Willie Nelson's in the building, weed is
Automatically
weed
legal?
is king. Weed is king. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with our first ever sports segment with our sports analyzer Jeremy Markowski and Logan Semigram. I'm gonna chime in. All right, Pete.
Yo, what is going on? I know you love Brad's voice, but I've just had enough of it. I'm just kidding. I love you, Brad.
I love you too, buddy.
We're going to talk about some sports. I'm Logan, in case you didn't remember who I was, alongside with Big Germ and the statistical wizard of Boca Raton, Mr. Jason Weissman. Thank you.
One hand.
Far too kind. Well, it's the first show, so we figured we'd break the ice a little bit. Unfortunately, Jeremy is a fan of the Boston Red Sox. Sorry, Sox, autocorrect. And we're here to break that wall down, right, Jason?
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
All right, yeah, so Jeremy started off. What makes you think the Red Sox are better than the Yankees?
It's just history, man. And it's just like a natural rivalry. It's a natural rivalry. First off, let's go there first. It's a natural rivalry. You Yankee fans, the only thing you have is 27 World Series. That's the only thing. You ever argue with a Yankees fan? What's the first thing they say? Oh, we got 27 World Series, bro. We got 27 rings. This will be the first decade that the Yankees don't make it to the World Series.
Logan can't even count that high.
Wait, so like if you had 27 championships, wouldn't that be the first thing you said?
You got to have more than that.
Huh?
You got to have more than that.
How many do you guys have? 8?
What's your point?
27 is more than 8, isn't it?
27 is more than 8. But if we look at the strict, let's say the last 20 years, who do you think's been the better franchise the last 20 years?
Last 20 years. So, like 1999, roughly?
All right, yeah, it's 2019, so I'll say 99,
All right, so
2019.
Yankees got 99, 2000, 2009. All right. I mean, Yankees have more division
In
titles.
the last 10 years, you haven't made the World Series.
Huh?
In the last 10 years, you haven't made the World Series.
Jeremy,
that's correct.
Jeremy, listen, we're the only team in the Major League Baseball ever that you can even make that stat. Yo, this is the first time in 10 years we haven't made it to the World Series. Thank you for telling us we're good. You know, you'd love for the Red Sox to be able to say, oh, this is the first time in 10 years we haven't made the World Series.
Oh, didn't the Red Sox go like 86 years without winning one, though? That's a long time, man.
There was a curse because of the Bambino. We had him first.
Yeah, so you guys are just like, hey, yeah, you guys want Babe Ruth? Sure, we'll take him. Like, that's like 86 years. Let's set your franchise back 86 years.
If you look since 1967, and I haven't done the full research on it, but I'd like to see how many times the Yankees and Red Sox have both vied for the League Championship Series. Because since 67, after that big drought, the Red Sox were competitive a long time. And I feel like the last decade, the Red Sox have owned this rivalry. And let's talk about what we remember. Because we're all in our 20s here. The last decade and the last 20 years, I feel like the Red Sox have been the better team, the better franchise, especially in these last 10 years. 3 World Series championships and no appearances for the Yankees. So, yeah, historically, maybe you guys have a pretty good argument. I'm never going to admit the Yankees are better, ever, in my life. But let's look at the last, like I said, 10, 20 years. Let's look at the last chunk of it.
Listen, I'm just going to be honest with you. This season, we killed you guys. We beat you 14 games. We only gave up 5. We killed you in the London series. You guys were supposed to be really good, and you pissed the bed. You dropped the hammer. You literally... I can't even explain what you did because you literally embarrassed an entire damn region of the United States of America.
I'll agree.
Yeah, no.
We got static going, huh?
Yeah, we got some.
We got some static going on in the hub.
Let's keep rolling. They hearing that too?
Yeah, I'm hearing that. We'll cut it in post. How about now? I don't know what that's all about.
It is what it is. Well, all right.
We can fight through it.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and keep rolling here. All right. So back to it. Yeah, this year, major disappointment. I definitely cannot argue that when you have that lineup and that staff with that front office, you can't fall short of anything but a World Series appearance.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. World Series. Nationals, Astros. I'll be the first one to say the Nationals are going to win this. This is just like the 2015 World Series with the Kansas City Royals. They weren't the best team in baseball. They were the wild card, and they basically went into that World Series and they went 9-0 to start. That wasn't just because they were the best team. That's because they had a group of guys that were motivated. Just like this Nationals team, without Bryce Harper, I feel like the chemistry started flowing. You started seeing the last 2 months of baseball were unbelievable, Jeremy. But between you and Jason, who do you think is going to take this World Series?
To be honest with you, if you say you're surprised about what's going on right now, I'd have to call you not a baseball fan. The last 2 months of the regular season, the Nationals played 800 baseball. That has never been done before. The last 2 months, in the last 40-plus games, they played 800 baseball. That is unbelievable. They came in hot. Every year we see, I want to look back to the Rockies. I think it was, 2014? The Rockies came in unbelievably hot in the last 2 months, rode all the way to the World Series, lost to the Red Sox. Just want to point that out. Lost to the Red Sox in that World Series matchup. But the Nats coming in, this is incredible. They have a good pitching staff. I'm surprised they used Corbin as a reliever in Game 1 rather than keep him for Game 3. But you got a 2-0 lead now going into Houston. You've got to be confident. If you're Bryce Harper sitting at home and you're watching your former team probably win the World Series, you've got to be a little upset that you left.
Yeah, it got to be like the cost to win a World Series is priceless now, huh? But that's like the name of the game in today's baseball. It's like not about the best team in the regular season. It's usually about like the hottest team. You think about like the Royals and all those Giants teams back in the day. Like the San Francisco 2010, 2012, 2014. They weren't necessarily have the best records, but whoever's hot at this time usually does well. And Nationals are extremely hot, as you mentioned before.
Crazy hot. And Hallie Kendrick, playing the way he is at his age, he's had the best 2 seasons of his career at 35 and 36.
Damn.
Absolutely unbelievable. He's hitting over 380 this year.
That's great. Age is just a number. And Ryan Zimmerman, too, is contributing as well. He's like Mr. National over there.
Going from the first pick in Nationals history to be the first World Series, possibly.
Real quick, Girardi to Philly. Thoughts?
It's a good hire. Me personally, as a Yankee fan, I wish we kept Girardi in the first place. That's a veteran guy. They're going to have a lot of big personalities in Philly, so he's going to right the ship down there.
Big J, what do you think?
I like it. I think Girardi really had his pick of the pack here. He could have gone anywhere. I know the Mets offered him as well, but I mean, how could you not go to Philly with that lineup, with that young core? Possibly bringing in another starting pitcher in free agency. You've got to love that setup.
I totally agree. Girardi did some good for us, but his time was up in New York, and I think the best hire of the week has been David Ross to the Cubs. I think hiring former catchers is going to be the new thing in the baseball movement. Catchers see everything. They see the whole field, and I definitely see that's the way the sport's going. Since we go to USF, we have to touch base on them, and I know Jay feels very passionate about this. Our football team has really dropped the ball, and Jeremy, if you could tell us a little bit about our offense and how our defense has pretty much just, really just, shot the bed.
Look, I'm disheveled about this team, man. 2 years ago, coming off the best season in USF history, loving every minute of it. We were electric on offense. We had a couple down years. We bring in Kerwin Bell out of Valdosta State, right? Big D2 guy, great offense. They're scoring at an unbelievable rate. Comes in here with some decent talent, you think, getting Barnett coming out of Alabama and Arizona State. He played at 2 big-time D1 programs, ended up, coming our way. The rush offense has been there. The rush offense has been really, really good, I think, and it has been for the last couple of years. The defense, I think, is where we're really dropping off, and I'm not really sure why that correlation presents itself. Charlie Strong was a defensive coach his entire career before he came in.
You know what? It's because we lost guys like DeAndre and Sanat. We lost, we just lost a lot of guys like Mike Love, who's on the Bills now. We lost. Do we still have Reeves? Greg Reeves? Do we still have Greg Reeves?
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. I think he graduated.
All right. Well, either way, we suck. And
we're losing leadership.
Yeah, that's that.
It boils down to.
And we're really not that good enough to, take time away from talking about our Heisman frontrunner. At the beginning, I thought it was going to be Trevor Lawrence. But, it looks like the man coming out of LSU, what's his face?
Joe Burrow?
Yeah, Joe Burrow. It seems like he's in the front right now. Jason or Jay, if you guys want to touch up on that a little bit, go for it.
You can't count out Justin Fields, Ohio State. He's balling out. I think they're the best team in the country. He's definitely got to be on your radar. I think it's between Burrow and Justin Fields for sure. What do you think, Jay?
Can you really count out Jonathan Taylor, though? I mean, Wisconsin was here week 1. We saw firsthand what he can do. And, I mean, the man's incredible. He's on pace to put up unbelievable numbers. I mean, yeah, let's be real. Wisconsin did lose to Illinois last week. All right, that's huge. But when you really look at who's more important to his team, I think it's got to be Jonathan Taylor. And if you really look at the core they have around him, it's not the same that you got at Ohio State. Justin Fields got playmakers, right? Joe Burrow has playmakers. Joe Burrow's got a great defense also. So I'm really interested to see, this weekend, what Jonathan Taylor can do against that OSU defense.
Oh, definitely. Jonathan Taylor, that's like the identity of Wisconsin. They always running the football. It's like their history. Jonathan Taylor is probably going to be the best running back coming out of college for the NFL draft. It's definitely a good one. He'll definitely be in New York as well. What do you think, Lou?
He's gonna have a tough test as they are in Columbus, Ohio, playing Ohio State. I think they're gonna cover the 14.5 though. So if you have to bet on anything, definitely expect this to be a close matchup. Well, no, not close. Just expect them to cover the 14.5.
We'll jump right into that. That's my college football lock of the week, baby.
That's
Wisconsin's going to cover that. Wisconsin's defense is absolutely amazing. Wisconsin has a great defense. It's going to be the best defense Fields has faced so far. So definitely look for them to keep that game close.
Lastly, before we get Brad back on, we're going to look at the NFL this week and some of the key matchups that are going down. We have some exciting games and we have some not, exciting games this week. One of the non-exciting games that no one really cares about being Steelers-Dolphins. But definitely the game of the week that everyone should be talking about is the Chiefs versus the
Green Bay.
Green Bay Packers. That's right. Excuse me. Jason, who do you think is going to take that matchup?
I mean, so we still don't know if Mahomes is going to play or not. I'm going to go on the side of him not playing. It's in Green Bay, Sunday Night Football. I'm going to go with big Packers.
Big Packers?
Yeah.
Jeremy?
Yeah, Packers big here. I don't think that offense is as electric with Matt Moore at the helm. I think he's got enough tools around him to be somewhat successful, kind of like you saw, out in Chicago last year when Trubisky went down for a little bit. But I'm really concerned that Mahomes made it back to practice this week.
Yeah, you know what? Patrick Mahomes, they know they're going to make the playoffs. They just got Tyreek Hill back. They know what they're capable of. So if they have to sit him a week, they're going to sit him a week. As we currently speak, the Washington Redskins and the Vikings are about to go to half. They're tied 6-6. No one cares about that game because it's two teams that are insignificantly bad. Last thing, for Jason and Jeremy, Buffalo Bills are 5-1. Are you sold on the talent, or is the record not really what this team is? And do you count on them making the playoffs?
I'm sold on the talent, but I'm also sold on the coaching. That's Sean McDermott coaching. He's been under a good coaching tree. Andy Reid. I mean, they put Josh Allen in position to win every week. He's not like the most talented throwing the ball, but he's athletic. He can get things done, and that defense is for real. They really could have beat New England a couple weeks ago. Buffalo's going to make the playoffs, wild card. Absolutely.
All right, we're going to get Brad back in here. Before we talk about the Greek stuff, Brad, talk about the XFL. Why do you like it?
I like the XFL partially because I'm
I hate it. It sucks.
Die-hard wrestling fan.
Sucks.
And Vince McMahon is a genius, right?
He's a dummy.
His old venture with the XFL was so smart, but
He's
it
a Jerry
died
Jones
real quickly.
wannabe.
I don't know who Jerry Jones is. I don't care. I do like good old American football that I could follow at like a starting point. I'm in too deep. I'm 20 years too deep into this other stuff, and I can't follow it anymore. I need to start working on the XFL. All right. And also, one last thing before we move on to the Greek life stuff. I'm really interested in talking about I have a friend on the hockey team, my friend Sam Avers. He's on at FAU. And I'm wondering, why do girls like hockey guys so badly? You Jeremy, do you have anything about what was that thing you were talking to me about?
I don't know if you saw last night that sign that the girl was holding at the Lightning game. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it said, "Sid, I want my headboard to give you a concussion."
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. These hockey girls are crazy. I think that's the truth.
It's got to be a thing about guys with sticks, right?
Guys with sticks, ice, a puck, grizzly, tough fighters. All right, anyways, we're going to go to break right quick, and we'll be back with a little story written by someone else called KD Girls Are Fake. We'll be back in 3.76 seconds. Welcome back, everybody. Back again with Captain's Log Radio. We're on to the next segment, but before I move on, I just want to say we're live at WUSF 89.7 HD3 Tampa, 1620 AM on campus and streaming worldwide at bullsradio.org. All right, without further ado, I guess let's talk about our Greek spotlight. First, I want to touch on, maybe not touch on, maybe I want to firmly press on this. There's a website called GreekRank.com, and they rank all of the Greek life throughout all the American campuses. There's discussion boards. There's actual ranks. There's, do I think that this girl's hot? Do I think this guy's hot? Stuff like that. It's really entertaining once you get to the meat and bones of it. And I went on the website today and I saw that at 10 o'clock in the morning, this person anonymously posted, and the title is KD Girls Are Fake. And I'm friends with a lot of KDs. I don't know what the deal is here, but I think it would make some good conversation to talk about what this girl talked about because it was pretty funny. She says, I used to think KD girls were nice, but once I started to see how rude they were to each other and behind their backs, that's when I realized how fake they were. Taylor H. She like calls them out and makes it pretty specific. Taylor H., if you're out there, I don't know who you are, but I don't have any beef with you, so I'm just gonna spotlight this post. Taylor H., you think she's a sweet Christian girl, but she's rude AF. Good luck with long distance, by the way. Taylor B., she claims to be super excited for her best friend's engagement, but in reality, she doesn't like that guy at all and hopes they don't get married.
Ouch! Holy shit!
Holy cannoli.
Good catch.
It's pretty messed up. She goes, she doesn't have the guts to tell her. Or she doesn't have the guts to tell him, I guess. So you're welcome. Also, not a big Catholic girl. Likes to keep around.
Yikes.
Or likes to sleep around. It's pretty blasphemous, if I can say that. Stevie D, always hating on Sigma Chi and talking crap. But then, in person, is best friends with them all. Stevie D, man, what are you doing? Diana K, she does not deserve Christian. Which I'm guessing they're not talking about religion anymore. They're talking about a boy or a girl named Christian. She only likes his money, and she is so mean to him. Someone please tell this boy that he could do so much better. Fun fact, they all talk crap about each other. All right. This is like a touchy subject because we're all pretty much Greek affiliated here. I just want to gather our opinions on GreekRank.com and girls like this, or anonymous posters like this, and sort of stuff in this situation. And I think one of us is going to plead the fifth on this.
I plead the fifth.
All right, he'll plead the fifth. All right, I don't have to plead the fifth here.
Yeah, you
But I
graduated.
mean, I graduated, yeah, so it's a little bit different. My view on this is it's really hard to say. It's not hard to say this, though. This stuff is BS, in my opinion. A lot of this stuff is BS.
Agreed.
And when I look at it from this perspective, you don't know who did this.
No.
I'm not saying all this is false. I'm not saying all of it's true. There is a lot of shady stuff that goes on around sometimes with people, and that's how things are. But in the big scheme of things, I think there's a lot of let's say, rift in Greek life that I think could definitely be worked on. You know, obviously, Logan and myself, we've met on the field a couple times. It's a little bit different when you're in the heat of the moment and some friendly competition.
Oh, we don't talk about that.
He probably ripped a dinger or two off me. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're all, you know, we all have the same cause. We know we're all from the same, you know, neighborhood, I guess you could call it. And, you know, here at USF, where Greek life isn't the most prevalent thing, I think rather than knocking each other down, like, we should all work together and build each other up, because let's be real, you know, this campus doesn't really help us out that much. And I think that's something we need to build up together. I don't necessarily like these forum type things, but, you know, I guess some people got to get some stuff off their chest sometime.
I read forums. I'm a big Reddit guy. I love to read what people are doing and answering and asking questions. That's why I have a radio show, so that I could talk, because I like my voice. But when I see stuff like this, it just reminds me, like, you're a 20-something-year-old person cyberbullying 5 or 6 people online for no reason. It doesn't help anyone out. And on top of that, GreekRank.com is like, you know, who's going to GreekRank.com at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday?
Apparently you.
We are.
Well, me, because I was looking for content for this. Jason?
I feel bad for Christians.
Jeremy? Yeah, you know, I feel bad for Christian, and I feel bad for this girl who she claims is a Christian girl, but is rude AF.
I always believed
What
in
does
the
that mean?
separation of church and state.
I'm not going to dive into the politics here.
I think personally that I don't
Slyn, what are we thinking?
yeah, what are we thinking?
What are we thinking? What I think is, like, I feel bad for all the victims of her name drop extravaganza. Like, she's did an anonymous post, or he, she, whoever it is.
Apache helicopter, maybe?
Like, if you're going to be anonymous posting, like, it's pretty hypocritical, because she said people talk behind her back. That's pretty much what she's doing on a World Wide Web source. Like, is it anyone who posts anonymously doesn't really have the integrity to say it to their face, I feel like. What do you guys think about that?
Do you know anybody in this room, all 4 or 5 of us, you can show your hands if you want to, anybody in here know anybody that's actually ever posted on this Greek Rank forum before?
No, not
Like, honestly.
not importantly, not like
Out of malice.
not out of malice, but also like not seriously. Like
It's always been benign.
what?
Like a tumor. Benign. Harmless.
Dude, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what some of these. That's what this website almost is, though. It's almost like a tumor. It's toxic. What I see on this website.
There's a difference between harmless banter on the internet and forcibly going after somebody or someone or an organization for just nonsense. You don't know any of this stuff.
Like, for all I know, Stevie D could be like a black belt in jiu-jitsu, you know?
I wouldn't want to cross Stevie D on the road.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with Taylor B either. Good luck with the long distance, though.
Or Taylor C.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just gonna offer some advice for these people here. Taylor H. Yeah. Good luck with the long distance. And I hope.
Speaking
that
of long distance, shout out my girl, Sarah Levy.
that's my girl.
No, it's not.
She's
let's not
probably
get into
listening
this on
right
air.
now.
Hey, Sarah. Thanks for listening.
Hey, to my girlfriend Sarah, real quick.
Lies.
Just wanted to say hi, and I hope you're having a good night, sweetie. Logan, never talk about my girlfriend again on air, or I will say nothing because this is live. Taylor H. Honestly, just go to church, and maybe that's what you got to do. Long distance, pray the Christian into your soul. I don't know, I'm Jewish. All right, but on the right side, our Greek spotlight of the week is to CEO of Stubby, whatever, Kappa Sigma brother, Willie Rendon, named Tri Delta St. Jude Soldier. And Tri Delta actually raised $31,000 for St. Jude's Children's Hospital last week.
Yeah, no. So, talking about Willie, Kappa Sigma brother William Randone, he raised $6,500 for children with cancer in St. Jude, which was awesome. And overall, it was a great experience for the fraternity, and everyone had a great time.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I want to see, is these positive things going on in Greek, because oftentimes Greek is put into a negative spotlight, and it's time that we change that.
According to this post, if you're not a big Christian, you're like not a good person. That's what it says.
Yeah, wait. She goes on and she talks about Taylor B, and she's not even going after Christians. She says, not even a big Catholic girl. She's like talking like two people for two different religions.
And for some reason, I feel like with Diana K, I feel like when she says she doesn't deserve Christian, I feel like Christian is not really a boy. I feel like it's like a metaphor for something.
It's like a deeper thing.
Like, I feel like Christian could be like faith, and she only likes the faith because of faith gets her money, and she's mean to the faith. Like, for all I like, it just doesn't. It doesn't see the pieces don't add up here. Like if Nicolas Cage was here, he would say the Constitution.
You know what? I
He's
couldn't
going to
agree
steal
more.
the Declaration of Independence.
That's right.
That's what he's going to do.
Jason, what do you think about
Jason,
Diana K?
Jason, what's it like over in that corner over there? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I just
Yeah.
want to go back to my boy Willie. I'm really proud of him for what he accomplished last week. $6,500. We all came together, but we were all part of one big team. It's
You guys were selling
31 grand.
You guys were selling what outside the library?
Oh,
I
we
saw
had-
a lot of fraternities selling different
We
things.
were selling cookies, pizza,
Your bodies.
Well, we're in
Oh,
those
Krispy
cookies.
donuts.
Krispy Kreme donuts.
They were Brispy Bream.
Krispy Kreme.
Crispy Bream. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, the Brispy Bream. Soft, warm,
They were
cold, firm.
They were elusive.
Were those cookies handmade?
Yes, they were.
Hmm.
They were also packaged by hand and cooked by hand and everything by hand because, that's what we care about. We don't want artificial ingredients. We handmade everything.
Except for whatever Krispy Kreme does. Like, they know what they're doing over
Yeah, no. Krispy Kreme, that's
Alright.
cool. That's cool.
All right, shut up about Krispy Kreme donuts. I just wanted to say, before our next and final break, I wanted to talk about how we're a very diverse group of people in this room when it comes to fraternity and Greek life. There are 3 different fraternities sitting in this room, and I think that gives us a solid consensus, and all of our opinions sort of matter in this sort of situation. So we'll bring back Greek Spotlight next week if it works and if I like the way it sounds, all right? All right, now we're gonna go on a break, and we'll see you in a couple seconds. Peace. All right, we're back. Okay, so we're gonna get into our patented last part of the show that we finish every show with. This is my favorite part of the show each week, so if you stuck around, thank you so much. Now we're gonna get into our beef of the week. We're gonna start with Jeremy. Jeremy, what is your beef of the week?
My beef of the week comes out of Missouri. It's a high school mother.
Oh,
Right? You know snitches get stitches, right?
yeah, I know about that.
So we got this guy here, kicked out of the state championship of his sophomore season for football. So he's suspended for the first game of his junior season. He takes the field in a different number and a different name on the roster, plays the whole game, tells his mom. His mom knows he's supposed to be suspended. Mom turns around, goes to the school district, tells the school district. Upon review, the school district fires the entire coaching staff and makes the team suspend the rest of their season and forfeit every win they had. Mom's a snitch, and that's my beef of the week, Mom.
Wow.
What are you doing, Mom?
I hate moms.
My mom was born without arms. Ugh. All right, Logan, what's yours?
I'm gonna send it over to Jason because I'm still thinking of mine.
Okay, Jason.
So, mine's more of like just a general thing, not like a specific person or event. As like every time
Own it, Jason. Own it.
Every time I open my Snapchat, someone tells me, "Oh, comment or like, comment and like the grand picture." Now, like, I would see their picture beforehand. Now, since they told me that, I just don't feel like commenting or liking. So,
And
if you're asking for the recognition on Instagram, just earn it, naturally. That's my beef of the week.
Right, and everyone wants your comments and likes because
Yeah.
you're Jason.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Logan, anything?
Beef of the week. My roommate Jake.
Oh, mine's roommate beef too.
This kid literally uses a pot to cook ramen. Like ramen that comes in a styrofoam bowl.
Oh, it's one of those?
He dumps it out into the pot, and then not only does that, but he needs to use a glass bowl for it. And then another time is that he used an actual like he microwaved it, but then wouldn't eat it out of the cup. And then all right, overall, the little things really get me aggravated.
So we're talking those little like noodle soup in cups, right? Not like
Yes.
the ones we gotta open up the package.
No.
and blow them. So he's using full on dishware
yes
to cook noodles in a cup.
Yes.
Wow. All right.
Jason, vouch.
All right, so I guess I'll add on. Logan asked me to add on this, so like, yeah, I mean, it's meant to just be put in the microwave, Just put the water in it, boom.
And-
It's a 3-minute interaction. He changed it to 15 minutes. He just makes it a lot more harder on itself and his roommates.
So you guys are both his roommates. Jason and Logan are roommates with this menace.
No, just Jason. I'm just kidding. Yeah,
What?
both of us.
He's not claiming it anymore after we called him out on air.
I have a roommate beef too, and it's with my roommate Mark.
Beefcake.
He's
Beefcake.
not a beefcake actually. He's actually
A thin mint.
he's a terrible person. I'm gonna come out and say it.
Mark, are you listening?
I hope Mark's listening because these are actual threats. Just kidding. Mark gets angry over. Okay, sue me. I like an onion bagel in the morning. I like a nice everything bagel. I toast it. I'm a Jew from New Jersey. I love a good bagel. And so-
Sammy, get me a bagel. I love bagels too.
yeah, I mean, if you don't like bagels, whatever. That's besides the point. I don't know if he doesn't like bagels or what, but he gets upset over the crumbs on the oven when I'm toasting the bagel in the toaster. And to that I say, Mark, I don't need a text once a month from you saying, clean up your stuff. It's getting bugs and it's very annoying. Because it ruins my day. And Mark, if you're listening to this, I peed in your pillowcase. All right, now we're going to move on to Babe of the Week. I'll start. My Babe of the Week, of course, is my girlfriend, Sarah Levy. Logan, if you say a single thing right now, I'll slap you across this table.
Slap you across the table.
Yeah, I'm going to... I don't know, man.
It's a long table.
Babe, if you're listening to this, you're my anchor. I love you. I'm hoping you're having a great night. All right? Jerem?
My babe of the week is going to be the pork shoulder I roasted 2 nights ago because it was
Nice.
absolutely delicious, and I'm still eating it. It's about 9 pounds of meat. I roasted it in bourbon, barbecue sauce, and brown sugar. It was amazing.
I love
And
that.
I've been eating it for 3 days straight.
I love that.
I'm not even joking.
Jason, talk about pork shoulders.
Pork shoulders. I mean, I'm a Jew. I'm not really supposed to eat the pork shoulder,
man.
but I don't keep the
Ooh.
kosher.
I'm about to say, Brad, you can't even eat pork.
I could eat pork. I'm
But
not
you know
that
what?
Jewish.
We're Reformed Jews over here, so
Okay.
I mean that pork
If you
shoulder
guys
he
want
made.
some, I'll
like,
bring one next week.
He'll bring one
100%.
next week, or I'll be here next week for Jay's pork shoulder for sure.
Pork shoulder is what they called me on the football field.
Not sure how that
Kidding.
applies.
I don't play sports.
Beefy.
Babe of the week. Let's hear it. For my woman, the ultimate, the queen, the most sexy woman alive, Miss Giselle Brady.
Ooh.
I just want to let you know, Giselle, if you're listening, I love you. And your husband, Tom, I hope he slips a disc in his neck or something. But, yeah,
I think I've
I've
never
been
called her
holding-
Giselle Brady before.
I've been holding this in for a while.
Did you know that when I was very young, before I moved to Florida, I wanted to change my name Brad to Brady because I thought Tom Brady was such a good player?
You know that Jason actually has a picture of Alex Morgan's body issue, like you know the body cover?
Yeah.
He has a fat head of Alex Morgan's picture on his wall, like a big fat head of it. He wakes up every morning and he stares at it and just gives her a wink and says, "I'm gonna go out today for you, Alex." And that's his morning ritual. He's, I know he's ready to say something.
Oh, why wouldn't you want to wake up to a dime piece every morning?
Yeah.
It's a bait, man.
This is babe of the
It
week
just gives
right
me
there.
extra juice in the morning, ready to go, man.
Dude,
It inspires me every day.
you're giving it the extra juice in the morning. All right, now we're going to move on to Legend of the Week. Mine's a real simple one.
Brad, who's your celebrity babe of the week?
Well, all right. If we're trying to dive into it, Celebrity Babe of the Week, if we're talking like XXX stuff, it's like it's Riley Reid. But if we're just talking like normal celebrity, if we're talking like Instagram model, it's Summer Rae for sure. She's always had a spot in my heart.
All I know is one of
Stephanie
those,
Knight. I could just name them for hours.
One of those chicks has really, really hairy armpits, doesn't she?
These days, yeah, but I'm talking more classic.
My babe of the week goes to DJ Tanner.
Wait, DJ and Tanner from Full House?
Yeah, but like the last season.
Okay. Have you watched that new show yet?
No, because I'm not letting it ruin the
Fuller
old
House.
one for me.
Fuller House.
Yeah.
Shout out to Aunt Becky. I love you.
She's the babe of the week. You know who else is the babe of the week?
Aunt Becky?
I was going to say Miss Watson.
Miss Roxanne Watson. She's our media law and ethics teacher. Thick Jamaican accent.
If you have me back next week, I'd be really interested to hear everyone's childhood crush.
Oh, my God.
We don't have to get into it now. 'cause I'm sure there'll be some
Celebrity? Wait, is it
explaining.
celebrity or is it
My
It could be anybody.
or is it like
my
a person from school?
my
No.
8th grade history teacher for sure.
If you're going to tell me it's like Rachel from Spanish class in like 5th grade, I don't really care. I don't know who that is. I want to hear your celebrity childhood crush. Why don't you tell me why?
Oh, I got it. And you know what? It still stands true. Since the dawn of her fame, it has always been Miley Cyrus.
That's fair.
I think Miley Cyrus, when she throws on that wig, turns into Hannah Montana.
All right.
I love that. I love a girl who can just play both sides, you know?
He's all about that good cop, bad cop action.
Sorry, Sarah.
I see Jason back there, smirking.
Nah, I agree with Brad's input, man.
As long as she can make a nice pastrami on rye, Jason will keep her.
As long as she could bring her home to mom and grandma.
the whole fam's got to approve in my family.
As long as she's Jewish, Jason's on board.
Man, not that.
Jewish.
Jewish. Like,
Anyone want to do a legend of the week? I have mine.
Let's hear it, Brad.
Mine's like 75 people, so I'm just going to say it's all of the people who I've deemed my brothers and my best friends over the couple years. All these positive male role models I've had on me, and it's really helping me become the man I am. And I just want to say specifically to one of them, Nick Miranda, a great friend of mine, legend of the week, best friend. Happy birthday, brother. I hope Applebee's is treating you right, and I hope you're having a good time and you get home safe. Anyone else? Legend of the week.
Jason, who's your legend of the week?
I know we mentioned him before, but I'm going to go back to William Joel Rondon. Last week was a good big week for the guy. Won the St. Jude Soldier. Yeah, he may be like fun size, but his passion for St. Jude was definitely king size. So yeah, shout out to Willie.
That was pretty sick. All right, we're going to move into quote of the week real quick, and then I guess we're done, right? So my quote of the week, I was watching this movie Blow, a big movie, cinematic, what is it? Cinefanatic. I love movies. I was watching Blow with Johnny Depp, and he said this, and I have two things he says because it flips back and forth. My favorite thing he said was, "So in the end, was it worth it? Jesus Christ. How irreparably changed life has become. It's always the last days of summer, and I've been left out in the cold with no door to get back in. I'll grant you, I've had more than the share of poignant moments. Life passes people by when they're busy making grand plans for it. Throughout my lifetime, I've left pieces of my heart here and there, and now there's almost barely enough to stay alive. But I force a smile, knowing that my ambition far exceeded my talent. There are no more white horses or pretty ladies at my door." Which is super deep. That's what he says. And, that really strikes home to me because I think ambition can definitely exceed talent. If you're ambitious enough, you can do anything you want, as long as you could back it up with work ethic. But he also says this. As he's being put in prison for smuggling marijuana from Chicago to California, he says, "Danbury wasn't a prison. It was a crime school. I went in with a bachelor in marijuana, came out with a doctorate of cocaine." Which I thought was so sick.
You know what? I think the most inspirational quote of all time was wait 30 minutes before going into the pool after you.
I threw up a whole thing of Skittles in my buddy's jacuzzi once because I didn't wait.
You ate it. Skittles aren't what?
The rainbow was everywhere.
If that's the worst thing you've done in a jacuzzi, then you're set.
It's not the worst. I was like 6. All right. Anyone have a quote of the week? Good.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you
I know
one if you
Jason
want.
has a quote of the week.
Everybody's got one.
And Jay's got a quote of the week.
Jay, Jerem, what's yours?
My quote of the week is great things never come from comfort zones. I've never done this before, and I had an absolute blast, and I appreciate both of you guys for having me on.
Dude, no problem. It was amazing having you here. Jason, from the back, what's your words of wisdom for the last 30 seconds of the podcast?
All right, this quote I heard
Make it 15.
This quote I heard a couple days ago is Thomas Edison failed his first 1,000 experiments, and then his 1,000th first was a light bulb. So just keep swinging in life, everyone. Keep
All right.
swinging.
Just like Tarzan, grab the next vine of life and swing yourself away.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, streaming live from WSF 89.7 HD3 Tampa, that was episode 1, season 2, finito. Have a great week, and we'll be back next Thursday at 9 o'clock p.m.